What up and welcome to the UFCD. I'm co-host RONE here with
What's up, y'all? Sorry, I'm
Scotty Two
my
Balls.
shit in here. What's going on, y'all? Scotty Balls, Run. We're here for UFCD tonight. Tonight's gonna be a bit different, man. We are taking on the Dead Man Blaze with a very fucking classic album for me. One Less G in the Hood. And Gang Rags, the original. The OG Gang Rags.
What rag do you got?
Yeah, I got the Zombie King. I got the black one. I can't
Okay.
find it, but that's the one I did get originally. I know a lot of people went out and bought all of them, like multiple albums of this to get every rag, but I only got the black one, and I can't even find that shit. So,
And then we can't forget about all the other gang rags that have been released.
Oh man, yeah. I got my big old stack here ready for tonight. Well, wait, that's not gang rags.
Yeah, I got the white rag because that was the only one that they had when he was touring for this album.
Oh, you got it on the tour?
I did, yeah.
Right on. Okay, yeah. So we got the original gang rags, and then shortly after that, on the tour, the gang rags extended version, uncut and uncensored.
Yep.
And then when the very first release on M&E as M&E was Gang Rags Reborn.
Now, I don't know if you know this, but there's two versions of this one.
Yeah, I know. One's got J10 on it, and which is the one I got.
Okay.
And the other one does not.
Yeah.
Right.
Correct.
Is that the only difference, or is there another difference in that?
There's a couple different tracks. They've removed a couple and added a couple. But yeah.
Yeah, I was very happy to get this because this version is actually my favorite out of all the gang rags. But I have not, and it's not available on Spotify or nothing. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube, possibly,
Yeah.
but mine's still sealed. I won't open this one.
Yeah,
I really fucking love this version.
Yeah, I have one that's open, one that's sealed. But I would agree with you that this is also my favorite gang rags.
Yeah, I would say that's the superior gang rags out of all of them.
Yeah.
When you ordered it from M&E, the Reborn one did come with this extra single, which is Rules to the Game with ABK.
Which is an ill song.
And yeah, I got that sealed still. So, but we're going to be talking about the Violent J and Mikey Clark version of Gang Rags tonight.
Yes, sir.
And it's going head to head with a very classic fucking album, which also had another re-release, One Less G in the Hood. And this is like the original. When it first came out, it's beat the fuck up, man.
Yeah, I've had this one. Yeah.
I have not replaced it in all these years. So this is like, the original casing.
I ordered this from Hot Hits website when this album came out.
Yeah.
I had to go to a family member's house that had internet because I didn't, and ordered it through Hot Hits. And that's the original one I've had since 01.
I don't remember if I ordered mine from online. I'm trying to remember back then. I think I got it at Hastings, I want to say. It does have the barcode and everything, but classic fucking album, man. This album's so good.
Hell yeah.
It did come with, I'm not sure which one it's going against. Brooklyn, is it going, are they going against the Deluxe G or the original version? Because they are different tonight.
Yeah,
we're sticking with the original, so you can see by the graphic below you.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so. I just got to look a little bit.
Yeah, I forgot to grab the Deluxe G edition off my shelf.
So it is going to be these two albums, which is fucking awesome. because when they did this one, they took off a lot of good fucking songs that I really love on this one.
You know, Siznak wanted the M&E release of Gang Regs, but, you know, I just fought with him and I convinced him that we weren't going to use that one.
Well, that's good. Because, you know, I don't know. It's good because it's a lot of what's on this.
But remixed.
But this one's better. But anyway, we'll get into this shit.
Yeah, man. One Less G in the Hood is a fucking classic.
Yeah, I remember you actually just did a show, a few months ago? You were doing a listening party and you were playing One Less G in the Hood, weren't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, last year I did that for the its anniversary.
Yeah.
When I was still doing listening parties before I got striked by YouTube.
Yeah.
And then I don't play those games no more.
Yeah. I still play them and I still get the strikes, but yeah. Yeah. Doesn't get you very far.
No, it doesn't.
So, Suspect Loitering off of Gang Rags versus the Eulogy. This is going to be, I don't know, man. I'm very curious because this album is like so fucking good. And this album was kind of a big letdown for me. You know, I mean, just looking at both albums today.
Right.
Going track to track, it may be different. Probably not. The Preacher Man starting this shit off, man. Big Money Hustlers was finally released. It was available for everyone to watch on DVD, VHS. So a lot of juggalos back then, you know, hearing Jump Steady at the beginning of this album was fucking awesome. It was iconic. Talking about, I mean, all we had heard up to that point, besides, you know, Blaze's features on other tracks and this, you know, this is his fucking step into Psychopathic with a full release. The Eulogy over Gang Rags. Sorry, I'm rambling.
Yeah. Definitely the Eulogy. Jump Steady as the Preacher Man. Like, just classic, man. You know? I remember when I heard it, I was like, oh, shit. All right. This is it. We're getting into finally, we're getting the full-length Blaze album. And Jump Steady set it off perfect with that intro. So I'm going to go with the Eulogy for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you keeping a tally tonight?
I'm keeping a tally. And up next, we got off of One Less G in the Hood, Grave Ain't No Place, featuring Monoxide and Anybody Killer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Going up against I'm Back. Both are fucking ill tracks, dope tracks to start off the album. Grave Ain't No Place, very dope track. You know, One Less G in the Hood was the first time where we got to hear Killer a lot too. And this first track that he was on. And then you got I'm Back, that hard-hitting beat from Mikey Clark. Blaze kills it on there too. This is kind of a tough battle, but I mean, for me, Grave Ain't No Place is just classic, man.
Yeah, that's absolutely what I was going with. Grave Ain't No Place. I mean, the chorus itself, like, is just so amazing, you know?
Right.
The Grave Ain't No Place for us. Like, I mean, hearing Twisted and Blaze and just the whole fucking song is so hard. And it just, everybody in that track just complements each other. And it made for a very, very fucking awesome song to start the album out.
Absolutely. And the production by Mike P. You know, this was Mike P's first like big project. I know he did some production on Lotus, which came out a few months prior to this album, but like a lot of the production on the One Less G was Mike P, and he fucking killed it on here.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike P was a fucking magician back then.
Yep. He definitely he stepped up to the plate and was banging out those beats.
Absolutely.
All right. Up next, off One Less G in the Hood, we got Casket going up against Swine Flu off Gang Rags. Again, both dope tracks. I've highly enjoyed Casket. Casket actually features part of a verse from when he was in the group Crazy Devils. And then you got Swine Flu, you know, dope track, but to me, does it go compared to Casket? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean Casket, that whole that beat right there, a lot of people knew that beat because the previous Hella Wicked, Blaze and ABK had a track called Children of the Wasteland, and this was the beat that was used. It was the Hell May. That was still on there, you know.
Yeah.
Love that fucking Hella Wicked track. Casket, I love the track, not as much as I like Children of the Wasteland, but I think both of them are better than Swine Flu. Swine Flu ain't bad at all, but Casket definitely takes it for me.
Yeah, I forgot about that Hollow Wicked track that they did.
Fucking
I
amazing.
actually heard Casket first, and then the Hollow Wicked one. So it's opposite for me. I like Casket better. Probably, I think it just depends on which one you heard first, because they're both really good songs still.
Yeah, absolutely. They had that was the year that Hollow Wicked that they had the 3-track single that had, I think, Every Halloween and then Waited Till Halloween by Twisted.
Yep.
And Children of the Wasteland. So
all three of those are bangers.
Fuck yeah, they are. Love it.
So you going Casket on there?
Casket for sure.
All right. Up next, off One Less G in the Hood, the classic. Blaze still performs this live. The Juggalo anthem going up against Dead Man Walking, and that's become a staple at his shows too. Dead Man Walking. I love that fucking track, you know. But Juggalo anthem, man, it's I don't know, man. One Less G in the Hood is like one of the best psychopathic albums to ever come out, you know?
Right. Still to date, yeah.
Yeah. And it's just a classic. I fuck with Dead Man Walking is a dope track, but I'm going Juggalo anthem on this one.
Right, man. I remember before One Less G in the Hood came out, Juggalo Anthem, they had released it online previous to the album coming out, kind of as the first single for Blaze, you know? I remember Juggalo Anthem came out. Dude, fucking downloaded that shit, bumped it constantly. It was a fucking anthem, you know? It was awesome.
It was.
Dead Man Walking, that's a dope track. I don't know. He had a video for it. We heard on Forgotten Freshness 6, Violent J's Dead Man Walking, where he's like using Blaze's name. You know, it's like
Violent that was the reference track for Blaze.
Right. So hearing that, it's interesting. It's cool to see that history there. But Juggalo Anthem was the fucking Juggalo Anthem. You know, I'm saying nowadays, if they were to do it, probably wouldn't fly over so well with the PC shit. But, you know, fucking dope track. Love it. Juggalo Anthem.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's just so classic, man.
Madrox's fucking verse on that track was just so fucking good.
The way the beat breaks down when he comes in, so fire. Love that shit.
Love it.
All right, up next, we got off One Less G in the Hood, Nasty, going up against Riding the Whip featuring Cottonmouth Kings. Nasty is another classic.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just another classic off the album. Just Blaze rapping about a whole bunch of sick shit about how he's nasty, you know, sharing rubbers with anybody killer. And then you got Riding the Whip, dope track. I love the beat on there. Blaze and ABK, Blaze and KMK on paper doesn't make sense. Like I would never be like, ooh, I want Blaze and KMK to do a song together. But it works. For this track right here, it works. dope track, but up against Nasty, for me, I'm taking Nasty.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man, this was like the whole pre-era between Psychopathic, Subnoise, and Strange, like all getting all over each other's shit, you know?
Yep.
This, yeah, Blaze and KMK, the track worked fucking well. I love that song, you know? I love the chorus. I don't know, man. Just something about it goes really well together. But Nasty, man, that's like one of the I mean, there's so many standout tracks on One Less G in the Hood. That's definitely one of them. Yeah, I definitely got to go with Nasty.
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah. It's just
Riding the Whip's dope, but Nasty for sure.
Yep, can't argue it. You know, these first handful of tracks off Gang Rags are good. Don't get me wrong, but the first handful of tracks on One Less G are just, it's like classic after classic. Yeah. And now we're going up with Straight Out of Detroit off One Less G in the Hood, the NWA cover, Blaze, ABK, and Violent J with the Mike P production on there, going up against Dubsack. I believe they did a video for Dubsack, right?
Yes.
And that has A&B in the hook. But Straight Out of Detroit, you know, I'm not a big fan of like remakes of songs, especially such classic songs like Straight Outta Compton. But goddamn if they didn't murder that shit. That beat is fire. Violent J, the way he flipped Eazy-E's verse is super dope. That's like that's one that gets you hyped.
Directions and then shake him in the fucking midsection. God,
yes,
so good, man. Yes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So dope. You were getting me amped fucking saying that one lyric, but for me, I gotta go Straight Out of Detroit. It's just so raw, so dope.
Yeah, that's one of the tracks I was really disappointed didn't make it to the deluxe edition.
Yeah,
because that's like one of my favorite tracks on this album. Yeah, dude, Violent J's verse on there is so fucking awesome. Blazes, you know, just coming in, and ABK, that whole fucking track is awesome.
Yeah.
Dubsack is kind of a happy, cheery song. You know, it's one of those kind of, I don't know. It never really stuck out to me like, oh man, I got to go listen to fucking Dubsack, you know? It wasn't Straight Out of Detroit. Yeah, I would search for that song and then play it on its own, you know?
Without a doubt, yeah. Dubsack's a cool track when you're just bumping the album straight through and it comes on, you're like, all right. But yeah, I agree. You're not seeking that song out.
Right.
All right, up next off One Less G in the Hood. I remember this is one of the first tracks that was released for One Less G in the Hood. Maggot Face going up against B&E. B&E is a dope track too. Blaze, he's got the soft, you know, he's not rapping all extra loud and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But Maggot Face, man, that's like wicked shit Blaze at his finest right there, you know?
Yeah.
Just, it's classic shit. Here come the maggots feeding on my flesh in that beat. And then it kicks in. Right. I remember him and ABK performing that shit live too. When they were touring before ABK even signed to Psychopathic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, before he had the red on his face, it was just the black and white.
Yeah, Maggot Face was one of the tracks that was featured to promote this album on the Psychopathic Sampler 2001. That had Dark Lotus, they had Blaze, and then they like had Mars's Lung Fu Mo Shi samplers, and the track "Fuck Them" with ICP and Mars at the very beginning. Maggot Face was one of those songs that was featured on that sampler, and going against Maggot Face for sure. B&E is another one of those that, you know, it's good to listen to when you're listening to the whole album. Maggot Face, I wouldn't say I'd go searching for that song, but it's definitely not an unpleasant thing if it, you know, pops up in your playlist.
Right.
Not one of the standout tracks, but Maggot Face is pretty good. Yeah. I like it over B&E for sure.
Yeah. Same here. I'm going Maggot Face. I got to count, make sure I'm keeping track here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Up next, off One Less G in the Hood, we got Here I Am featuring Twisted going up against Damn Bitch featuring the Dayton Family. Here I Am is just one of those kind of like just raw gangsta shit. Just them spitting that shit, you know. Here I am. I'm right here, dog. And then Damn Bitch featuring Dayton Family. Dayton Family is like one of the like most underrated groups ever, man.
Yeah.
What's on My Mind, FBI are just classic albums. This feature kind of disappointed me. It feels like it's a decent track, but I thought they would have got Blaze and Dayton Family on some like more gangsta shit, more hard shit. Is okay, but I'm gonna go Here I Am with Twisted. That shit's, man, I love that song.
To me, Here I Am was like one of the underwhelming tracks on the album for me. I don't know if it was the chorus or what it was. And I gotta lean more towards Damn Bitch on Gang Rags. I mean, the chorus with it was I could remember it better, you know?
Yeah.
And it was Damn Bitch, ooh it, ooh it. I love it. And fucking Dayton Family came in on it. It was a good like introduction to Dayton Family for people who hadn't heard of them, you know. It was, and this was before their Psychopath. They even, you know, released anything on Psychopathic. Because this is 2010.
Yeah, I think their album came out 2012.
Yeah, theirs didn't come out for a couple more years. They weren't signed at this point. They had done like a track on Independence Day and track Gang Rags.
And they were touring with Psychopathic artists heavily at that time too.
Mm-hmm. But Here I Am, I don't know. I've never really cared for that song, I guess.
Yep.
And I would prefer Damn Bitch over Here I Am.
Okay. I'll say this. Here I Am, when the album first came out, I wasn't the biggest fan, and I agree that it was like an underwhelming track. But as the years go on, I love that track more and more.
Right.
It's just, you know, but I would agree with your opinion, because that's how I felt when for the first probably handful of years when that album came out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Up next, off One Less G in the Hood, we got Hood Rats featuring Anybody Killer going up against Monster Inside. Hood Rats with ABK is a fucking classic, man. I love when they perform that live.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Baby Daddy Day, bitch, that kid ain't mine. I love that shit. Monster Inside, to be honest, I haven't listened to Gang Rags in a long time. I don't remember that song.
And there's a reason why. It's a forgettable song. I listened to it earlier today, and I'm like, I don't really care for that.
Okay.
Dude, Hood Rats, I remember fucking seeing Blaze performing in pantyhose, you know?
Yeah.
And I want to say they did Hood Rats, but I don't think that's the right era, you know?
Right.
What year was this? Well,
01. So it might have, towards the end of his pantyhose era, he could have been, because I know like Hood Rats, Maggot Face, those were like the first tracks that we heard. So I assume those were the first tracks probably recorded for the album.
Right. Well, I'm telling you, Blaze went out on the road with Twisted for the Freak Show tour. He wasn't performing, but he was hanging out with them, and he was in his pantyhose getup.
Yeah.
I had the fucking photo because I took a picture. They had a stop that we went to, and they let us on the tour bus because they shut the show down. Because for some reason the venue made it 18 and above only. So they lost a bunch of ticket sales and shit. They're like, we're just gonna not play. We're gonna let the Juggalos come on the bus and hang out for a little bit. You know, and that's it. Fucking dope.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's where I got my like old school photo with Twisted. that I have posted up numerous places, and then I got a photo of Blaze and Monoxide. Monoxide's wearing like an Avalanche jersey, and Blaze is in his fucking makeup and an old school Real Juggalos jersey.
Oh hell yeah!
It was dope, man. What track are we on? Fuck.
It's Hood Rats going up against Monster Inside.
Easily fucking Hood Rats, dude. Such a good song. I mean, the content is deep and heartfelt, and everybody knows these fucking Hood Rats lingering in the neighborhood, man. They go to fucking Walmart, they're wearing their fucking sleeping pants.
Oh yeah.
Talking about such a good fucking song. Love it.
It really is, though. I love the beat on there.
Yeah.
Very dope. Up next.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I said face down, ass up. Good.
Oh hell yeah. Yep. Love that chorus. It's the perfect show song too.
It is. Yeah.
All right. Up next we got Hatchet Love off One Less G in the Hood going up against Party featuring ABK. Hatchet Love is a very short track, but straight to the point and very dope. Use a bitch, trick ass snitch motherfucker, tight bitch sleeping with the enemy sucker. Yeah. Love that song. Going up against Party with ABK is a good track off Gang Rags, but I have to go Hatchet Love, man. It's just that.
Me too, man.
I remember when I first got that album, that was like an early favorite of mine.
Yeah, isn't that track like 48 seconds or some shit?
I think it's like a minute, like just over a minute, maybe not even. I know it's a little bit longer than Real G shit, but it's not much longer.
But it's fucking hard.
Hell yeah.
Blaze does a lot of these very short, fucking hard-hitting songs.
Yep.
Real G shit, yeah, that's definitely an example there. Yeah, Hatchet Love is dope. Party with ABK ain't bad. It's a pretty good track, but yeah, Hatchet Love, Blaze with minimal time, makes a exceptional track.
Without a doubt.
I definitely go Hatchet Love on that.
Oh yeah, I just love the production. Mike P did the majority of the production on One Less G in the Hood. Fritz did a little bit as well, I believe. And Mike P just killed that shit, incorporating the guitars into the beats. That was one of them where he had a little bit of guitar into the beat. I just love that song, man. All right, up next, we got Saturday Afternoon, fucking classic, going up against Birthday featuring ICP. Saturday Afternoon, just a good old-fashioned storytelling song about fucking just going to rob shit on a Saturday afternoon. I know you guys were on the Carnival Spirits page. We're using that as the Everyday Saturday Afternoon podcast theme song. And the birthday song with ICP, to be honest, I don't remember it.
So you're going with Every Saturday Afternoon then?
Yes, I'm going with every Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, the Saturday Afternoon, that was all TJ, man. That was all Beastmaster's idea, and it worked very fucking well for when we were doing the Saturday Afternoon podcast. It fit very well. I will say that was another track that I didn't really care for as much on One Less G in the Hood. It is another track that was featured on the sampler that we heard beforehand, snippets of. The track Birthday with ICP, I really fucking love that song.
Okay.
The content, what they're talking about, I get it. I feel good when I hear that song, How about a birthday, fuck another funeral? It's just talking about you hear all this negative shit all the time. How about something positive? And they fucking, Violent J and Shaggy's verses and Blaze's, it's a good uplifting song. That I like. I enjoy that.
I'm gonna have to revisit Gang Rags. I didn't know what the battle was tonight until about an hour before the show when I went onto YouTube and I saw the logo.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, okay, this is interesting. I just wish and shout out to the homie Mike Sears, who will be on the UFCD show tonight with Siznak. He hit me up probably about a month or two ago, and he's like, "Yo, you got to revisit Gang Rags because it's not as bad as I remember." Because me and him, we would always kind of trash on Gang Rags a little bit, and he's like, "You got to revisit it because it's better than you think." So seeing that this is a battle tonight, and I'm glad I'll be able to hear it during the show as well, because the second half of Gang Rags, like those first handful of tracks up until like Damn Bitch, anything after that, I just don't really remember that much. So I'm curious to hear it because, you know, again, shout out to Mike Sears hitting me up, telling me you need to re-listen to this album because it's doper than you remember.
Yeah, I re-listened to it like earlier today. But Birthday is one of those tracks I've been listening to. You know, it's been on my playlist throughout the years, so I know that track. And I've always fucking enjoyed it. Saturday afternoon, yeah, I've heard it millions of fucking times. So, you know, but yeah, there's hearing a lot of the shit from Gang Rags earlier. It was a good reminiscing thing, you know. It was, and the tracks are fucking good. It's not a bad album.
Yeah, I'm excited for the show tonight and dig into the second half of the album again.
Yeah.
But let's continue off One Less G in the Hood. We got You Can't Hurt Me Now going up against Holy Shit. Now, I do know Holy Shit. It's a good track.
Oh, wait, you skipped Given Half the Chance.
Oh, isn't that what I just said? No?
Oh,
no, I said You Can't Hurt Me Now. Sorry. Yeah. Given Half the Chance going up against Holy Shit. Given Half the Chance. I like that song. To me, one of the weaker songs off One Less G in the Hood. But I really like that song. Holy Shit is a good song too. But I'm gonna go with Given Half the Chance. I just love that shit.
Yeah, I mean, Given Half the Chance was like fucking back then, just hearing ICP on there. I'm trying to think, what was it? ICP and Blaze, was Twisted on there at all?
On the chorus.
Okay. See, yeah, Twisted was all over the choruses on this album, you know.
Madrox, of note, Madrox wrote every song on here except for Casket.
Okay. I don't remember. I know they were all very into this album. Given Half the Chance is so fucking dope. I love Violent J's verse when he, you know, am I thinking of the right song? If I could change anything, I'd clip the devil's wings so everybody in the world can hear it when the angels sing.
Yep.
Fucking Given Half the Chance, right?
Yeah.
I fucking love it, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And given just one chance. I fucking love it, man. It was like Dark Lotus was in such full effect on this album, you know. I mean, they didn't do a Dark Lotus track per se, but they shouted Lotus out all over the place. And yeah, it was such a good, because Tales from the Lotus Pod had just dropped like recently, and everybody was riding the fucking wave of that fucking masterpiece, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So, and tracks like Given Half the Chance, we were just entering that era. You know, ABK was about to be signed. Zug Island was going to be on the label, where it was like, all right, Psychopathic Records is a fucking force to be reckoned with in the underground, you know? And this is just one of those tracks that's like, that's going into that era, you know, 03, 04, where they were just on top and everybody was killing it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, definitely Given Half the Chance over Holy Shit. Yeah.
All right. Up next, we got You Can't Hurt Me Now going up against Lights Out. You Can't Hurt Me Now is another one of the weaker songs, in my opinion, of One Less G in the Hood, but still fucking good. I don't think there's one bad song on the album. Right. You know, there's just songs that are like really good, but then there's songs that are just like good, you know?
Yeah.
Lights Out is one I don't remember.
Which one? Lights Out?
Yeah.
Lights Out. Yeah, I had not remembered it until earlier. I was like looking up these albums on Wikipedia just to see if there was like any like, you know, interesting tidbits about them. Lights Out was a track about one of the darker tracks on this album, like if the fucking sun went dark and the moon was the new sun. It's a pretty interesting fucking song if you listen to it and pay attention to all the lyrics and everything. I don't recall it a lot because I don't remember like really listening to it. But You Can't Hurt Me Now, I remember Madrox's verse and how it would break down and stuff. And then Blaze's there's a little part in there where there's some weird beatboxing going on. And then he fucking goes back into rapping. I would say You Can't Hurt Me Now over Lights Out. I love the thought behind Lights Out, but You Can't Hurt Me Now for sure.
Yeah. Dope track. Up next, we got Thug for Life featuring Anybody Killer off One Less G in the Hood, going up against Three Evil Wizards featuring ABK and Violent J.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm just not familiar with Three Evil Wizards, but you could take any song off Gang Rags, put it up against Thug for Life. If I put together a top 10 Blaze songs, this might be number one. I fucking love this song so much. So much.
Good.
It's probably my number one Blaze song. So anything else probably wouldn't beat it. So I'm going Thug for Life. It's just so classic, man.
Absolutely, dude. That is like one of my favorite fucking Blaze tracks. You know, I don't mind Three Evil Wizards. It's kind of forgettable. It was disappointing. I mean, when you look and see who's on that track, it was like, oh, this is going to be a dope track. And then, I don't know. The chorus was weird and disappointing. Thug for Life. It's Blaze and ABK fucking came with it on that track. Hard hitting. Yeah, one of my favorite tracks on the album.
Yeah, without a doubt. I love when they performed that song live back in the day too. Yep. You know, everybody waving their hands and shit. Yes. Great song, man.
Love it, man.
So good. That might even be like top 10 psychopathic songs, you know, just in general.
Yeah.
It's that fucking good to me. I love that song.
Yeah, I love it too, man.
All right. On to the last song here off One Less G in the Hood, Hatchet Execution. This featured the entire fucking Hatchet family at the time.
Yes.
Going up against Tokyo Spa. I hate
that song, man. That was a lame ass fucking way to end an album. I'm just saying that's the Mexico City of album, album enders.
That's funny. I know Tokyo Spa gets a lot of fucking hate.
It was disappointing. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. It's not a good way to end the album.
Execution. Oh man. Yeah.
Love that shit.
Yes. And that was another one that was left off of the deluxe.
Yep. Yeah, and then at the end of the CD you had like the hidden tracks where they were prank calling Blaze saying that they lost the album in the studio. Yeah, you got to come back and record all your shit. We got to redo the album. He's like, what the fuck? And they're like, yo, they got your car towed and shit.
Dude, that was so fucking awesome, man. Yeah. Hearing that back then in the day was like nothing you've ever heard, artists don't do that to each other,
Right.
But they prank called each other all the fucking time, You had Cryptic Collection 2 where Madrox and Monoxide would prank call ICP,
Yep.
If you're not alone, then who are you with?
Right.
Just like that. And then to hear them do a whole fucking skit, like it went on for a while, about them losing Blaze's fucking album. And Alex Abyss was on there, right?
Yes, yeah.
It was awesome. It was like there was a lot of positivity during that time,
Yeah.
It felt really good.
I love when Alex called and he's like, yo, you're fucked, dog. Imagine your manager calling you and he's like, "Yo, you're fucked," and you're like, "God damn, dude, what the fuck?" He was touring with ICP at the time too. I'm pretty sure those prank calls that were on Cryptic Collection 2 were probably from the same day or whatever.
Could have been. But dude, the track Hatchet Execution, they reused it just recently, and I can't really think of it. Dun, 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 what did they use it? Hatchet Execution. Some part of the beat, some part of the beat has been used recently.
I don't know. And maybe if I heard it, I would recognize it. I don't know, but off the top of my head, I'm not sure.
But that was the first time we heard Sin from Zug Island, I believe. It's a good fucking track. It was a great way to end the album. And the skit at the very end was fucking classic. Fuck Tokyo Spa. Are you kidding me? They don't even compare like at all.
Right.
Definitely Hatchet Execution, like that whole ending to the album, it was fucking, this is a fucking masterpiece. It really
is.
I mean,
it's one of the best releases Psychopathic ever put out.
Ever, yeah.
It's just held up, and I loved this version of Blaze. You know, he switched up his paint over the years. Yeah. I've always preferred this one with the, you know, the Raiders cap and the bloody face, you know, and the bloody clock. Just yeah, just super dope. Just like
such a good fucking album, man.
It's perfect Juggalo gangsta shit, you know, right? Juggalo gangsta wicked shit. I don't know. It's just classic album. Gang Rags, good album. Second half, I'm not super familiar with, but tonight, Mike Sears, Siznak are going to be breaking it down. Brooklyn will be playing all the tracks with the ill graphics. So I'm excited to hear all these songs all over again to just refresh on it, you know? Right.
Yeah. And the fact that they had Gang Rags and felt the need to make like numerous versions of it, you know?
if you count all the colored Gang Rags, right? There was what, 4 or 5, and then you had all the releases. There's like 10 fucking versions of this album.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, someone out there has every fucking version too.
Yep. You know, I thought I would make it a point to get all the colors, but I think at this point it would actually be pretty difficult to get him like in the box still, you know?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Absolutely. I do have 2 copies of this. One of them did come signed.
Oh, hell yeah.
The Reborn.
Yep.
Yeah, because that was like the very first release on M&E.
Yep, M&E 001.
Yep.
All right, and I tallied the scores throughout the night, and it was a fucking landslide. I didn't give Gang Rags 1 vote. You gave Gang Rags 1 vote. So, but as we know, all these UFCD battles, it could be a closer match.
I know Mike fucking loves One Less G in the Hood, and he may like Gang Rags too, but I really don't see it going. I really don't think Blowout again.
But then you got Siznak. Siznak likes throwing a wrench in things, and fucking, you never know what he's gonna vote for.
You know, he's like a Kamalo, and he really likes things around that era. So,
yep.
I'm just playing Siznak.
Right. A Kamalo. I just got what you said. That's fucking hilarious.
I just pulled that out my ass. You know, I'm sure he's not, but it's a quarter till. So stay fucking tuned. This has been RONE and Scotty Balls for UFCD pre-show. Brooklyn, thanks for having us. We'll see you guys next fucking week.